Hello everyone, and welcome back to my third episode of Let's Play Roma Surrectum 2 Pontus campaign. This is Sith Spawn, and let's just get right to it. Second episode saw the very long and ridiculously bloody Battle of Mazaka. I did take the city, but as you can see, my army is in terrible condition. I'm probably just going to disband a lot of this and make a new army from scratch. So I will do that. Some of this I'll retrain to put towards that next army, but a lot of these units I really wouldn't have used in other circumstances had I made my army by choice. So just kind of disbanding a few here, and yeah. I'm gonna retrain this pikeman as a garrison unit and retrain my cavalry and these guys right here. Now I think that leaves my elite Throkatai not being retrained and my Hetyroi companions. So we will send them back to Amasia and retrain them from there. Now I think the backbone of my early army, I'm debating if I really want to rely on Phalangites as my main battle line, or if I want to go for more flexible Legion style recruitment. And if I do that, I'll be using probably these Machyrophori, whatever. They're basically the equivalent of Principes for the Romans. You have these regular Macchiaphori, and they're basically your Hastati. But these will be my main battle line if I go that direction, just because they're really pretty decent troops, and they have a very low upkeep compared to some of the later units that I might use. It's like, let's see, my elite Chalcospides pikemen get up to 1330, and these guys are only 441, so I think I'll go ahead and just make about 6 of those guys, and then I will make another unit of my elite Throkatai. We'll have 2 of them as well in there, so that'll be all the recruiting for Amasia for this turn. Down in Mazaka, okay, I can't do anything there for now, and I don't think Trapezes can really recruit what I want. I'll go ahead and recruit another unit of 2 units of slingers from there, and go ahead and build another general here just so I have another one. Okay, Mazaka needs their taxes raised, and I'll probably just build a roads here to start with. Actually, I'll build a Shrine of Ares so I can build temples at will. And since I think I neglected him a little bit, I will move my diplomat around. I just got an alliance with Macedon last turn, I believe, so I think we'll try to go talk to Sparta down here. Sparta's a pretty interesting faction. Sorry I can't talk right now. It's kind of late. I've worked all day. But anyways, Sparta's a rather interesting faction. They're kind of in here as a what-if scenario. You probably didn't really notice if you haven't played this mod, because the year, well, you may have noticed the dating system is different. Right now it shows 96 Seleucid era. But if you play as the Romans or a lot of the Western factions, you actually have AUC, which means Ab Urba Condita, or after the founding of the city, referring to Rome. And this mod starts at, I don't remember exactly what number it is. It's however many numbers after Rome was founded, which was in like 700 something BC. But anyways, whatever it is, it equates to 216 BC for the start point of this mod. So it's quite a bit later than the 270, 280 start point of vanilla and most of the other Rome Total War mods. So really, at this point, Sparta was in the last stages of its decline. It was still an independent city-state, but it was, yeah, it wasn't going to last much longer at that point. So it's kind of interesting. You can take them, and you have access to a lot of the really good Greek units, but a lot of ones they may have only turned out to use if they had stayed alive, I guess. So I don't know. I'm not doing my Let's Play on them, so I don't need to talk on them too much. But if I go over to Greece, like, I kind of want to focus this campaign westwards, maybe consolidate Asia Minor, and then go towards Greece and the Balkans. But assuming I do that, Sparta will probably be a prime opponent, assuming they live. Sometimes they just kind of sit there and survive, and then from a lot of what I've seen, they'll really actually quite frequently take over all of Greece, even defeating the Greek city-states in Macedon over there. And I think that'll be everything for this turn. My agents are all used up, I'm building, and I don't really have an army as of this moment. So, actually, there's one or two things I want to do here. Mainly, I'm going to take this guy and make him my governor in Mazaca. And somehow that lowered my income. That's one thing that's kind of weird in this mod. Higher management doesn't always directly translate to better money for your settlements. A lot of it is based on the traits, and that's kind of what I was talking about in the first episode when I said I had a really unique economy system. I'm not exactly sure how it works, and I think, if I remember correctly, the devs for the mod, the developers, actually said it's not 100% completed, and that's one of the things that will be fixed in the next patch. So, for now, we'll just kind of live with it. And he'll probably get better. I think this is he's obviously a new general, so he'll get much better. But seeing the fact that it didn't actually raise it, I think I'll leave him with the faction leader to see if he gains some nice retinue and traits in the meantime. So I'll go ahead and end the turn. Not much else to do. Most of this video, I think, will be me making my army and then maybe taking out a couple small rebel stacks before I plan my next city invasion. Hopefully it will go much better than the last one with my new army. We can hope. Alright, Amasia's still building. Mazaca will get roads now, since I put it off last turn. And Trapezus is still building roads. Okay. Alright, Amasia has recruited and retrained, so let's continue making my army here.
Sir! Sir! Onward! Orders! Orders!
Okay. I think, let's see, okay. I can't retrain my Throkatai here, so I'll put them up here. They're going to be my flank infantry, just because they're spearmen, and I need at least some of those. None of the Machiaphori or elite Throkatai. They're all swordsmen, so not much good against cavalry. Sorry if I'm nasal, I'm really stuffed up right now. But anyways, let's see. Sorry I'm moving the screen around so much, bad habit. I need to stop that. I noticed that when watching my previous episodes. Okay, cavalry-wise, I was going to recruit, not the Cappadocian cavalry, but the Scythian Royal Cavalry, and I think they're actually, if not the best, one of the best 2 or so cav units I can make. They are cataphract archers, similar to the Cappadocians, but they have this trait here, inspires nearby troops, as well as, let's see, yeah, I think that's their main advantage over the Cappadocians, as well as a slight increase in defense. But that really makes them a big boost to my morale, which, as I found out in hard mode, is very important. So I'm going to, I don't know how many I'm going to make of them right now. I don't want to just spam horse archers, but I'm mainly making them with the intent of acting as shock cavalry, so they'll still probably be shooting off their arrows, but I'm not going to fight whole battles with them. That tends to get a little ridiculous. Horse archers are extremely powerful in this mod, especially if you have more than 6 in an army. If you had 8 horse archers, you could literally take on 2 full stacks if you're good and they have a decent experience. So I'm going to try to steer clear from that just to keep things interesting. I've used them quite a bit while experimenting on some of my other campaigns, and you have access to them as a lot more factions than you do in some other mods. And it really is basically an exploit. You can take over a huge amount of territory really quickly if you just spam horse archers. And if you take a look at them, cavalry in this mod has a really, really cheap upkeep. Like, I can make a unit of Scythian medium horse archers and it's less than 150 per turn, whereas some really light infantry here, these Machiaphori, are 292, so basically twice the cost. So basically they did that to encourage the AI to recruit more cavalry just because it wasn't seen as cost effective by the computer. So this way they usually recruit a lot more balanced armies. You'll fight against armies that actually have a decent mix of cavalry and infantry this way, which makes things a lot more enjoyable. It's not the same grind of 15 or 16 infantry units in an army over and over again. So, let's see. Diplomat, I'll probably
at once.
Reach Sparta. Yeah, I should reach them pretty easily unless I get blocked. Sweet.
I shall speak with them at once.
Trade rights. And I might as well try for map information. No, they want an alliance. Sure, that's fine for now. It'll be a while before they have any conflict with Macedon, which is the only other person nearby who would make a problem. So, I'll accept that. And one more ally. Cool.
Yes, my lord. Yes, master.
He'll move back up this way. And my spy is here. Kind of just trying to get a feel for where all the cities are here, so I can get a plan of conquest going. Pergamon's got that city as well.
On my way.
Alright, yeah.
Out of moves, sire.
I think I'm going to go for Apamea or Tavion next. Now, Tavion, you can't see it here. I'll show you next turn, actually. So I'll go ahead and end the turn and get back to you. Alright.